The first card is Cursed Campaign, a 3 mana epic shadow spell for Warlock. Give a friendly minion Death Rattle, summon 2 copies of this minion that are dormant for 2 turns. Unless you play it on a very big minion that ideally has Taunt, you get value, but in 2 turns, which in the end is not so good. A minion needs to die, and after 2 turns, you get 2 copies of that minion. You need to put this on a minion that costs 7, 8, 9 or 10 mana to make it more valuable. I seriously think this card will not see play, because I honestly believe this is a bad card. So in Standard, I would give this 2 out of 5 stars, just if there would be a possibility of somehow to utilize this card. In Wild, this is a 1 out of 5 stars. I don't see a deck that would run this at all. Next, we have Table Flip. A 10 mana shadow spell, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions, costs 1 less for each other card in your hand. It can be a 1 mana deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. Full hand has 10 cards, so 9 cards, 10 minus 9 is 1. So for 1 mana deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. That seems really good. But Warlock doesn't really have cards that synergize with big hands. Yes, we have the Dark Alley Pact, summon a fiend with taunt and stats equal to your hand size, but that's it. There's like nothing else in Standard. So this is like a second card, and I honestly think like the effect is really good. The art is perfect. I have nothing to say about it. In Standard, I think it is 2 out of 5 stars, and in Wild, I think also it's 2 out of 5 stars. It might see play. Yeah, this is not really how good the card is. I just love Table Flip, and you have a demon that flips a chessboard. That looks so good. Next, we have Wretched Queen. 8 mana 4/4 demon, that's important, demon. Taunt, Death Rattle, summon 2 4/6 knights with taunt, and they look like this. You get 2 of these. So for 8 mana, you are getting 3 minions. All of them have 4 attacks, so 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 4 is 12. 8 mana, you have a 12/14. Yeah, for 8 mana, you have a 12/14 with taunt in stats, which looks pretty good. Are you going to play this? No. I would say this is 2 out of 5 stars in Standard and 1 out of 5 stars in Wild. In the cards that we'll review later, there are cards that can summon Wretched Queen, making her basically better. So let's just move on the other cards. Next we have Sketch Artist, a 3 mana 3/3, decent stats, a rare minion, Battle Cry, draw a shadow spell, get a temporary copy of it. So I honestly think this is terrible. Okay, you are spending 3 mana and then you get a spell which becomes how is it? Draw a shadow spell, get a temporary copy of... Oh, okay, nothing. I thought it's terrible. I thought that you draw a shadow spell and that shadow spell becomes temporary, but you get a copy of it. So even if you don't play the copy and you draw a shadow spell, I think it's good. Like, it's a tutor card. You can draw a specific shadow spell. So you get 2 shadow spells. You don't need to use that temporary copy. If you don't use it, it disappears, but you can play it. So I think it's decent. I think this is a 3 out of 5 stars in Standard, a very decent card. And in Wild, I think it's like still 1 out of 5 stars. Next, we have Tabletop Role Player, a 4 mana 4/3. Not the best stats. Miniaturized, that's a good thing. Battle Cry, give a friendly demon +2 attack and immune this turn. 1 mana 1/1, give a friendly demon +2 attack and immune this turn. Like, I'm not looking at the original card, I'm looking just at the 1 mana 1/1. I will be generous, I am giving it 2 out of 5 stars in Standard. In Wild, this is definitely 1 out of 5 stars. Next, we have Malefic Rook, 3 mana 5/6. Battle Cry, yeah, it's a demon, that's important. Battle Cry, attack your hero. So it's basically the same thing as Pit Lord, but it costs 1 less mana crystal. In the Demon Seed, where you want to progress your questline, this is good. For 3 mana, you deal 5 damage to your hero, you progress the questline to half, which is good. I will say differently, this card is a bit different, because on turn 3, you deal 5 damage to your hero, and turn 4, you are most likely attacking the enemy hero for 5 damage. So let's say that this card, realistically, it would happen in 99% of games. For 4 mana, you have a 5/6 demon, deal 5 damage to both heroes. Is that good for Warlock in Standard? I don't really think so. I think this is like not such a good card. I may be wrong again, but I think this is 2 out of 5 stars in Standard. In Wild, you know what? I think that it's a 3 out of 5 stars in the Demon Seed. And now we are getting to the more spicier cards. We have Game Master Nemze, a 5 mana 3/6, Battle Cry, draw a demon. Death Rattle, swap places with it. This card actually works. It's the same thing as Kengor Dancing King. Instead of having 3 health, Nemze has 6 health. health, but downside is you don't give demon that you swap, you don't give it lifesteal, but you draw a demon. So this can be infinite. You can always play Nemsi for 5 mana, and you can draw a demon, and if you don't play the demon and Nemsi dies, the demon is summoned. I will just say these were all the demons that were released, which was how many? Just one, if I'm correct. Yeah, no, two demons. Okay, I was wrong. 2 demons. Okay, you also have in the new core set Doomguard, 5 mana 5/7 with charge, Battlecry, which doesn't work, discard 2 cards. And you also have the enhanced Dreadlord, which you could also do. But realistically, I see that Nemsi is more of a Doomguard combo, kind of. It's really sad, because if we look what was in the core set, Mal'Ganis, which is an awesome demon, he would be so good. He's leaving the core set. I don't understand why they did it. Can you see how you would play Nemsi turn 5, and turn 6, let's say she is dead, and you have Mal'Ganis? That would be so good. Realistically, you have only 3 big demons, which is the Doomguard, Enhanced Dreadlord, and you have the Wretch. You have basically the queen. You could use Nemsi 3 times per game on average, which just sounds so badly. Like, if there would be big demons, like, I don't know, a 10 mana demon, a big stats or something like this, Nemsi would be so cool card. But I am really disappointed that Blizzard removed like Mal'Ganis and Voidcaller. I would say this is 1 out of 5 stars both in Wild and Standard. I really wanted to play Bloodreaver Gul'dan back in the days. That was my first legendary, which is a fun fact. I'm so disappointed in the demon archetype that it's weak in Standard. I was so keen on playing demons again after, I don't know how much, 7 years, or yeah, after 6 years playing demons again, but in Standard this is just terrible. There are no other demons. So the next card is Endgame, a 2 mana shadow spell. Resurrect your last demon that died. Again, this is such a good card if you would have big demons. I don't think it will see play. Maybe with the Rook, like the Malaphatic Rook. If Malaphatic Rook dies, you can resurrect Malaphatic Rook, and if you have 2 copies of this, you can resurrect again Malaphatic Rook for 2 mana, having a 5/6 on board. Or you could resurrect something like your Enhanced Dreadlord or Doomguard for extra damage phase. So I'm just giving this 2 out of 5 stars. I think there could be something like an aggro deck where you play both Malaphatic Rooks and you resurrect them twice. And in Wild, I think that in Wild it's 1 out of 5 stars. Like, why are you playing Endgame instead of the Demon Seed? Next we have Crane Game, a 9 mana, that's a lot. Summon copies of 2 demons in your deck. For 9 mana, let's say even the best scenario for 9 mana, this is just the best scenario, there's nothing better, you get 2 Enhanced Dreadlords. If you get it, it's like okay, there's no guarantee that you get these cards. Like, how frustrating would you be if you would draw both Dreadlords? I think this is 1 out of 5 stars in Standard and also in Wild. This is too expensive. Why would you rotate core demons out of Standard into Wild when you are putting more synergy into demons? And I never seen my opponent play Mal'Ganis in the past, I think 5 or 6 years. I never. And now you have demon support, so what would Blizzard do? Well, let's just remove the demons from the core set, so, you know, for some reason we don't support our new cards, which if we would keep them, we would earn more money because people would buy these cards and be like, oh yeah, demon archetype, nostalgia, back, let's go, demons. There's one last card, Wheel of Death. An 8 mana legendary spell for Warlock, a shadow spell, that's very important, shadow. Destroy your deck in 5 turns, destroy the enemy hero. That looks so good. If you look at it, 8 mana and 5 turns, 5 plus 8 is 13. On turn 13 you win. If you combine it with the Sketch Artist, you are guaranteed to draw this because this is your only shadow spell in your deck. You have a 0 mana Fanatim, and before turn 8 you play Forge of Wills and you get a copy of Fanatim. You get a 15/15 giant with rush, 30 damage to the enemy hero, which looks fantastic. And what I really like about this card is that it's like the solo adventure. You have like survive X amount of turns and then reinforcement comes and you win that match. That's such a cool thing, and now you can play it as Warlock in Standard. Please leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree with me. I will read those comments and reply. Guys, thanks for watching and stay tuned, my friends.